We're back. Yes, when I say we're back on Long Island. Today we're going to take a trip out to the North Fork of Long Island. We're going to explore, we're going to see all the beauty and the wonders that are out there. So many things are still untouched. But you know something? A long time ago, over 3 decades ago, one small part of the far end of the North Fork was touched, and a little bit of European culture was injected into that area, and it blossomed and grew. And today you're going to get a chance to see some of that European culture in the form of delicious North Fork Greek food. That's right, Greek food. You don't normally think of the North Fork of Long Island and Greek food. Well, today we're going to change that perception because I'm going to introduce you to 3 lovely, wonderful people who have spent between 30 and 40 years working on that perception and making it a wonderful place for you to enjoy dining and to enjoy Long Island. Did you like that opening? Was that good?
Very nice.
That's terrific. Okay, very nice. He speaks English great. Okay, first, I'm going to introduce the people who have made the Hellenic Snack Bar an institution out on the North Fork of Long Island. I mean an eating institution. I don't mean you get crazy and you get put away there. Okay, maybe the chefs do after a while. First, I want you to meet John. I'm going to pronounce it the English way. John Gianaris, or is it John Gianaris? Gianaris. Okay, John Gianaris. John, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And your lovely wife, Anna Gianaris.
Right.
Gianaris, next to you. It's a pleasure to see you again, Anna. And my good friend, George Gianaris.
That's right.
It's a pleasure, George, to see you. Terrific, terrific. And I see you're ready for trick-or-treat. No. That you and your dad are chefs, and you manage the restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, and your family owns the restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, and I mean I've eaten there so many times. The food's just terrific. Let's do this first before we get into the restaurant and the history and the Greek culture. First, let's just talk about some food and let's have a meal. I'm getting hungry, so let's have you cook something first. What kind of food are we going to be enjoying today? What was your idea that you had?
Well, I felt that it would be interesting to do a variation on shrimp and show 3 different ways that shrimp can be prepared.
Greek style.
Greek style, right. So that's what I've done. I've brought 3 Greek shrimp entrees for you to try.
Okay, my crew will tell me when our piece is ready. So this way, just stick your hand in the air and tell me when we're ready, so we can get a chance to see this. Okay, we're ready now. We're gonna roll the videotape and we're gonna see shrimp saganaki.
Shrimp saganaki.
Okay, I want you to tell us what we're looking at right now. It's shrimp saganaki. Oh, there it is, shrimp saganaki. Look at that. I like the way that print looks. Okay, now tell us about it. What have we got here?
Well, we start off with some crushed tomatoes.
Right.
Some onions.
Onions. Okay.
And some spices there. We have some oregano.
Right.
A little bay leaf there, and some pepper.
Right.
And we also have some parsley.
Parsley, right.
And garlic.
Garlic. Okay, what's that? Looks like, is that cheese?
That's kefalo raviera cheese, which gets garnished on later, and a little bit of a little salt, yeah, and some sherry, cooking sherry.
Cooking sherry,
yeah.
And you got olive oil and there's your
pepper,
salt
yeah.
and pepper.
Get a nice hot pan going there.
What are you putting in there?
A little fresh olive oil. Always use olive oil.
Okay.
And once that gets hot, we take we actually use minced onions, and we throw them in there and get them good and brown.
I can smell it. It smells good.
Oh yeah. And we mix that all up, get it to the point where it wilts and sweats. And once that happens, we put it out with some cooking sherry, pale dry cocktail sherry.
I like the smell it just gave it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Then we throw in our crushed tomatoes and get that all bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mix it all together.
Mix it all together nicely there. Get it all to congeal, and then we put in our oregano, bay leaf, and some pepper.
Okay.
Fresh pepper.
Okay. If you throw it
And
all
little
in
whole peppers we put in there as well.
Dish. This dish is so good.
And then once that all comes together, what we do is we saute our shrimp. Yes, we take our shrimp and we saute it in a separate pan. Again, good hot pan with olive oil in it. and the shrimp gets nice and seared in there.
Oh, I hear it crackling. Who did this great photography?
Oh,
Wow.
phenomenal cameraman.
So now you put the sauce in it after the shrimps are cooked?
That's right. That gets put in the same pan. And I don't know if I had mentioned it earlier. I think we were looking at it. We add some feta cheese to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love feta cheese.
Yeah. And it gives it a real silky,
zingy and good texture.
Yeah. And that gets all bubbly.
Oh,
And we
look
put
at
that.
this.
We then at that point we put it in a pan because it's going to go in the oven. And we garnish the top of the dish with this is kefalo raviera cheese. It's thank you.
Yeah.
It's a Greek cheese that's it's almost like a sharp provolone, and that gets put in the oven there until it's bubbly and brown.
Oh, look how fast it cooks.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the ovens are phenomenal.
Okay, so now you're taking it out of the oven,
Yep.
and you would have left it in there about how long?
Oh, it's about 15 minutes or so.
15 minutes,
It's really up
okay.
to you. So you want it to look brown like that.
Right?
And that gets served with pita bread and a little parsley for garnish on top there.
I love your pita bread.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh boy,
So
that's great. Okay. Actually, there was another piece that I wanted them to show, but they cut it too quick. Okay, we'll show it later on. Okay. Okay, that looks really good. That dish, that shrimp saganaki. There's Debbie. Debbie, could I trouble you? Do you happen to have one of those over there? Oh, thank you so much. What? She's so lovely, this lady.
She certainly is.
Who is this lady?
Debbie is a secret family member. She doesn't know that she's been related to us.
Oh, terrific. Debbie, thank you so much. This looks so good. Wow, now, we're going to start off with all your ingredients are Long Island except for the shrimps.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And the cheese.
And the cheese, right. We'll keep going. All right. Now, we're going to start off with a Chardonnay, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a Hellenic Snack Bar Chardonnay.
Yes, that's produced.
Okay.
That's
so
from Martha Clara.
Okay.
They produce our wine. Our house wine is a local North Fork.
North Fork wine.
North
Okay,
Fork wine.
excellent. So that's great. Nice and chilled. This is wonderful. Okay. So that's great. So we'll leave this right on the table here. Okay. It's not in his way, I hope. Let's check get the nose on this. Nice buttery. Check out that wine. Come on, come on. What's the matter with you? Have a good time. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Let's check this dish out. I love that. We didn't bring any pita bread.
Oh,
You're fired.
Trying to keep the carbs down.
Yeah, all of a sudden keep the carbs down. Let's check this out. This looks good. Murder. Murderously good.
Try it.
Oh my God. How do you come up with this? How do you get the name Saganaki? What does that mean? Let me ask your mom. You eat. What does that mean?
Saganaki, really? Do you know?
You know, John? I see it all the time. What does it mean? I know Saganaki isn't the name of a cheese.
It's a word.
It's a style.
No, it's a word, a Greek word. Everything you put in the oven to finish it is saganaki.
Saganaki means finish it in the oven. Thank you. Oh, interesting. So I used to think it was the name of a cheese, but now I understand.
No, not the cheese.
Your father speaks
Everything.
English very well.
It does.
It's a big kept secret. Look at the smile on his face. Okay, so let's talk about the restaurant. You started the restaurant how many years ago?
32.
32 years ago.
We started in 1976.
And it was a giant restaurant?
No.
How many, what was it? It was a snack bar.
It was just a shack, like, with 3 booths or 4 booths and a couple of stools, bar stools.
Out in East Marion, New York, which is really far out. You're right near the ferry.
Yes.
Right near the ferry. So people would come out there for the summers. People would stay in cabins. It was Brown's Cabins there, I think.
It was, yes.
Yeah, people would stay there and they would need to eat. Was there a golf course?
Right behind us,
Right?
yeah.
So people would play golf and they would
next
need
door.
to eat, right? And they want a refreshment.
Next door is not good.
Next door. So what would you do? You'd make them hot dogs and things like that, or you'd start making Greek food?
We start doing American food.
American food.
Hamburgers, grilled cheese, bilties.
Basic.
Basic, yeah.
Basic stuff.
Yeah. And no cooking kitchen.
Right.
Only,
Grill.
fast food.
Fast food.
Yeah.
Fast food then was different than today.
Yeah, because we open
Fast food was
our-
better then than fast food is today.
Yeah.
Well, it was still good food.
Yeah.
Not like today. But over the years, you've been like, it's like me at the dinner table. Boom, 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 boom. You know, you kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And now you have this tremendous institution. The restaurant is just fabulous. Where do you get your recipes from? Is this old family recipes, typical recipes? Where do you get the dishes from?
Well, they start out as your traditional Greek entrees that have been the way that they are for centuries. There's, you know, like moussaka, souvlaki, gyros, things that people know. And then my parents really, because they started this a lot earlier than I did, they modified the recipes.
Did your parents start this before you did?
A lot earlier. Well, I was in it when I was 7, you know, but I was too busy, you know. But well, my parents and also the Heart of Fellises, they were partners that were involved in the business, and the recipes were modified dramatically because my parents, you know, they have an amazing palate. Absolutely phenomenal gifting when it comes to food. And between the two of them, my father, he introduced a lot of bold strength. My mom tempers it with subtleties.
Subtleties.
Yeah, and between the two of them, I mean, they just have a great recipe. It's like you can have shrimp saganaki in other places, it probably wouldn't taste the same.
Be different.
Souvlaki and gyros would be completely different, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true. Food is an expression of the person making it. You know, you'll cook something and I'll cook something, and if we have the exact same thing, it's not going to taste the same.
No.
It's like the grape. You grow the Chardonnay, it's a Chardonnay, but you know, you grow it in Long Island and then you grow it in Kansas, not going to be the same.
No.
Even the winemakers on Long Island, they're all different.
Right.
So it's the same thing. This is an art as well as a science. It's an art. And you put your passion into it and your love, and you can taste the culture in it. I mean, I've tasted your food so many times, and it's just absolutely sensation. As a matter of fact, let's get to our next dish.